We're in round one. We're going to play first. And the old one-lander. No, I think one-lander is pretty dangerous in this deck, so I think we'd best mulligan. We do have a ramp spell, but 2 mana doesn't do anything for us either, so let's see if we can't do better. Alright, I guess this hand's okay. It's really not that great, but I don't think it's worth mulliganing again. And Warhammer, at least if we're getting aggroed down, gives us something to do. Especially with the Hermit. Get some squirrels wielding hammers. Alright. Deathrite Shaman's not, like, busted against us or anything. We don't really use our graveyard much, so not too concerned about that. Alright, well, we also really don't cast spells during my opponent's turn all that often. Although I admit there are a couple spells that we have that do that, but that's okay. Alright. Fortunately, just drawing some lands, but Raphelos or Green Sun would give us a Omega ramp element for our Eldrazi. And like I said, Warhammer helps us come back in real sticky situations. No plays, I guess, is nice. Unfortunately, just drawing lands, which is definitely unfortunate, but can't do anything about it, so just going to continue to ship the turn, I guess. This hand did not pan out the way that I had hoped that it would, but we are getting at least a Hermit next turn, which could be of some benefit to us. I'm not even sure I'll pay the Echo. I think I'd rather just start equipping up hammers on squirrel tokens and bashing in. Getting some Omega life swings going. Recurring Nightmare, being able to sacrifice the voice. And that's interesting. It's pretty good. Alright, Edric. That's actually pretty awesome. That's a really nice follow-up after this Hermit. So next turn we get to Edric plus equip Warhammer. We're just not going to pay the Hermit Echo, especially since we're playing against white and black. There's just a really good chance I pay the Echo and then he just kills it. I think it's not worth. I mean, he gets the Deathrite Shaman effect, I guess, and gains some life, but whatever. And Dynamo. All right. Well, doesn't hurt us too much at the moment, so that's nice. Not paying Echo. That dies. We draw. We get to go Island, Edric, Warhammer on Squirrel. And if I swing with all of them, they get to go block, block, take 5. I draw 2 cards, but I lose 2 squirrels. Or I could only draw 1 card, but I get an 8-point life swing. Do I want to keep my squirrels here? I think I'd almost rather draw 2 cards and lose 2 squirrels. I don't mind that too much. I'm trying to think if that's better. I mean, it could be just swinging with 1 squirrel is better. But I get an extra card at the cost of 2 squirrels. I'm trying to think if that matters. Kind of does for like natural order and stuff. Extra card or 2 squirrels. It's tough. I think I'd like the extra card. Well, keep changing my mind. I can't decide. I'm just gonna go with the 1. I think this is fine. Because he'd have to double block to prevent me from drawing a card. Yeah. So we get an 8-point life swing. We get to draw a card, which is fantastic. Elvish Mystic. Not the ideal draw at this stage, but that's okay. At this point, Edric at least sort of did his job. Even if he has removal for it now, he did okay. And we still get to potentially swing with our squirrel. Summoning Trap is live. Summoning Trap is a very live spell at the moment. I'd love to pull an Emrakul off of that. Let's see what our opponent is doing. Elspeth, okay. That's still alright. Putting the soldiers out, which is also okay. Still get to keep Edric, which is good news. It's kind of an unfortunate draw there, but it's okay. Let's just bash in with Squirrel Token once again. Although it's got to be the player, doesn't it? Guess I could attack Elspeth. That might make more sense. Probably does. We don't get to draw our card, but we'll go for it. So Elspeth still dies by my count. All right. Well, we took care of Elspeth at the cost of a squirrel token. Gained some life. I feel like that was a pretty fair exchange. Yep, no problems there. Don't really need it anymore anyway. And I guess we'll get the Mystic out there. Why not? Got nothing else really going on with this hand. Stroke of Genius would be a pretty awesome draw at this point. It would have let me draw 6 cards. Baneslayer's pretty good. It's going to be tough, but at least we have our Warhammer, so if Baneslayer swings, we get to at least crack back. Duplicant would certainly be a nice draw at this point. I'm pretty sure Duplicant would do something good here, right? It gets all those abilities. Or it doesn't. It just has the power and toughness and creature types. All right, well, not as good, but getting a 5/5 and getting rid of a Baneslayer seems like a good exchange. All right, there's a Baloth, so we'll slam him. And we'll immediately play a land. And yes. I think we'll actually equip up our Baloths now. Since I'm not swinging anyway. I think Natural Order is officially, well, it's not a dead draw, it's just not a great draw. Alright, well, get to pretty easily attack Soren next turn. With Baloths, unless of course he has a way to kill it, which is possible. Getting in with Baneslayer, so it could be he's got the out for Bailots. Guess we will find out. Deep Analysis, that's actually pretty nice. So let's play the Coast, let's get our Beast. Let's play, yep, would like to use that ability. Let's play Deep Analysis, targeting myself, possibly find our Negate in case stuff gets hairy. Gilded Lotus and Solemn. So I can also flash back Deep Analysis, but I can also drop Gilded Lotus plus Solemn here. Get another Beast, which is quite good. I think we'll go for that, so let's play the Lotus. Oh, I see. Yeah, we lost our analysis there, so I guess that's a bit of an issue. Probably should have just flashed it back, but that's okay. So we'll do this, get the Solemn, get another Beast. Guess we have all the blue sources we need, so let's just get a Forest so we can eventually hardcast Emrakul. Yes. Alright, so now we get to do some swinging. He's got 3 1/1s and a 2/2. I think we're going to go Bailots on Sorin. And these are all going to swing at my opponent. And the Beast as well. Not Edric, however. So Sorin dies. We get to draw 4 cards. Seems like a fair exchange to me. I mean, granted, our opponent's got a big thing now, but we also have 4 cards. I almost don't want to use Edric now in case we draw. Actually, that's not true. I was going to say in case we draw, well, Emrakul, but we're actually like surprisingly close to playing Emrakul at this point. In fact, can we hardcast Emrakul? 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. We're 1 land. We are 1 land from Emrakul. I'm pretty sure we should be able to find 1 more during this game. I managed to build all the way up to 14 mana without any excessive ramp at all, just from basically Flood. Not having Negate this turn is a bit of a bummer, but considering I've got an Emrakul and 14 resources, I'm not like tremendously scared at the moment. Getting back Voice, maybe sacrificing it for the recurring Nightmare, but I don't think that's a problem. Land. Now I actually want the land. I can't get it. But we get Negate up, which is pretty awesome. And I can Summoning Trap. Let me make sure. Let me count one more time here. 1, 2, 3, 10, 11, 14. I really am 1 land short. All right. Well, let's drop Garrick. Well, we'll do that post-combat. I guess we swing Rampaging Bailots only, although he's got the Elemental, so what, he could double block, but then I can, well, maybe this is a chill out turn. I kind of want to swing with Solemn just to draw the card, because then I can cast Emrakul post-combat, if in fact I get a land, but I might just play the patient game here a little bit. He's got 1 card left in hand. I have Negate. So I can even counter Recurring Nightmare if he returns it to his hand and tries to do some crazy shenanigans. I can also Summoning Trap out at the end of his turn a Kozilek, potentially. Tangle Wire's pretty irrelevant at this point. So I think we're just going to cast Garrick and then leave up Summoning Trap and negate. I mean, I could just play the Tangle Wire. I'm not sure what it does. Guess it makes him tap some dudes down. Get a couple lands. So 1, 2, 3, 8, 9, 12, 3, 9, 11. Yeah, we can do it all. All right. Play the Tangle Wire and pass. I don't really want to swing with the Baloth so much, I don't think. He double blocks. He has to pay Echo on Karmic Guide too. That's certainly not irrelevant. I think I'm just going to wait this turn. That might seem strange because I have like a decent attack, but him having to, I don't know, tap some stuff down, me having negate, me having Summoning Trap, I just don't feel like strong incentive to attack that turn. I guess it's pretty fortunate for him he gets to tap Karmic Guide before not paying the Echo, so that's kind of convenient. But we're also tapping down some of his tokens, and we have more than enough tokens to tap down as well. And like I said, being able to keep up Negate and Summoning Trap is pretty huge. Keep in mind also we could very easily miss Kozilek on Summoning Trap, but we're very close to being able to hardcast Emrakul. In fact, next turn we're guaranteed hardcast Emrakul from the Garrick. Alright, so, yep, using Recurring Nightmare. I think we're just going to counter the Nightmare if he tries to do it again. Yeah, I'm just going to negate that. I'm not going to let him go off. I mean, granted, he gets another dude, but it's better than getting tons of dudes every turn. Alright, well, seems like an easy block with Solemn. I almost want to Summoning Trap now to like surprise block the Elemental, but I think I'm actually just going to just block like this. Oh, he attacked Garrick. How did I not realize that? Well, it's a bit of an issue, I guess, but could just get a land here. And we did, so doesn't matter. Now we trap. Oh, he gets another voice trigger, but it's really not going to matter once we get the Emrakul. We got Kozilek too, yeah. So I think opponent's just dead at this point. We get to do some pretty busted stuff now. So we want to trigger that first. So, oh no, I triggered it the wrong way. That sucks. It's all right. Not a big deal. We get an extra turn anyway. which kind of makes the Tangle Wire even worse, to be honest, but that's okay. We'll tap the Edric. Draw. Time for the old Hardcast Emrakul. Get another beast as well, which is just beautiful. Get another token. It's Hardcaster Emrakuls. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. The magic number. So we get to take an extra turn, which means we could annihilate our opponent for 10 next turn. If I don't attack with Kozilek. Concession. Beautiful. All right, so managed to Summoning Trap out one and Hardcast an Emrakul. So I would say mission successful. Rampaging looked really good that game too, just spitting out all sorts of beasts. Do we have a sideboard for our opponent? I like how Negate played, even though it got him more voice resurgence stuff. I still think it was fine. Could do Revoker. He didn't play any spot removal, and there's 2 Planeswalkers I wouldn't mind turning off. I'm trying to think what would be weak against our opponent. I'm not exactly sure. Everything seems decent, at the very least. Even Warhammer seemed good. I think we're just going to try it like this again. I don't necessarily need to bring Revoker in. I don't see anything that's really weak against him here, so let's just try again. Yeah, this is actually pretty good. So potentially get to a point where we spit out a beast with Garruk and natural order it, which is good value. Get our rampaging Baloths. Maybe even find an opportunity to do that and still play a land that same turn. That would be ideal. No 2-drop, very nice. Mystic Snake, not the most exciting draw, but decent card nonetheless. I guess if he has a threat, I probably have to play the Solemn first. Although Garruk kind of protects himself, so might not actually be a big deal. Yeah, it's probably not a big deal. Either way. Guess we'll play the Harbor here. Definitely awkward. We do have ramp elements in this deck, but haven't really found them so much yet. It'd be nice to Mystic Snake, be able to Mystic Snake counter something and then natural order that into like a Baloths. That'd be pretty nice. No, I don't want Garruk to die, so I guess I'm going to play the Solemn, which does give me Mystic Snake mana, although now we have Mystic Snake mana. I think we're going to Snake. I think it's the best, because I get to counter whatever he's going to do there, and then I get to natural order plus land in with the Rampaging Baloth, so I just feel like it's better. Could actually kill the Pride Mage here, which is interesting, but that's not going to work with the Snake since I need to natural order, so take some damage. No plays. Guess we play Mystic Snake anyway. Oh wait, it doesn't have to counter. It can't counter itself, right? I should almost look that up. I don't know what I'm talking about. It has to enter the battlefield, so then it can't counter itself. I should have known that. All right, so we'll play our Mystic Snake. We'll natural order our Mystic Snake. Get our Rampaging Baloth. Play a land. Get a beast and pass. Still not too relevant. I mean, we gain life, we get a beast. Did its job. Certainly not the most exciting use of Mystic Snake, but that's alright. So, still have to take the Kitchen Finks, unfortunately, because of the Pride Mage, but I'm going to take it this turn. Next turn I can play Garrick and spit out a beast to help protect. Our opponent's missing land draws too, which is pretty beneficial at the moment. I'm trying to think if I can do... I can actually do Garrick plus Solemn. I guess, you know what, I'm going to do that instead. That feels a bit better. Just gives me more ramp, better Stroke of Genius the following turn. Plus, I can just chump block Kitchen Finks now. I already have double blue, so at this point, forests are all that matters. I don't want to crack back. I want to protect Garrick, so alright. So now we'll be able to at least block Kitchen Finks with Solemn. Alright. It's not the end of the world. Garrick's not going to be the difference between winning and losing, I don't think, so really is going to more hinder on being able to resolve our more powerful spells, but that's alright. No attacks. Very interesting there. Ooh, there's our Green Sun. So I could technically find Deranged Hermit. I think what I would prefer to do is Stroke of Genius for just a bajillion and see what I'm looking for and then know what I want to Green Sun into. Like, then I can Green Sun into Raphellos and cast like an Emrakul, or it's really dependent on what we draw from Stroke of Genius. So now I'm just going to go back into chill out mode. We're going to Stroke of Genius for 5 cards, which is pretty excellent. Give us some very good card advantage. No attack still, which is very interesting. So we'll choose ourselves. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Draw 5 cards. And unfortunately just a bunch of lands, but that's alright. Might just want to Green Sun the old Deranged Hermit for that reason. We'll see. Gilded Lotus. Alright, well, at this point we should be able to cast Emrakul and all that nonsense, so I think we're going to be going for a Warhammer plan. Having the negate is actually really nice too. Let's Warhammer. I can't Gilded Lotus plus Warhammer plus leave up negate. And I kind of want to swing this turn with Warhammer, so I think I'm going to actually equip my Solomon swing. He can bust it with his Pride Mage too, I guess, which I maybe should have thought of, but I don't think I care all that much. Yeah, like, it's fine. Whatever. Now I can actually swing with... Could swing with both. And we're going to win the race. Maybe I just swing Beast, actually. Alright, now we have negate up. Which seems good. No plays. Very interesting. Findhorn Elves, which is also interesting. I think I'm going to just bust Misty now. Start deck thinning. Let's play Lotus. Could get Deranged Hermit, I guess. It's probably the best Green Sun's going to do at this point. Yeah, probably. So Green Sun for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we still get to leave up negate, which is really nice. get our Deranged Hermit. Could have gotten Edric too, I guess. But I like getting a huge board presence. Now I guess we can swing with Solemn and the Beast. Probably should have done that post-combat, I guess, but that's alright. We've got the Negate, so it doesn't matter. Still get to draw off Solemn too, which is pretty nice. So yeah, should have done it post-combat so my opponent didn't know what they had to deal with. But outcome is still pretty good. We don't get to play elves here because I want to leave up my Negate for spicy situations I can't deal with. Like if opponent wants to play Elspeth or something, being able to negate it is pretty huge. Can't do anything about the Baneslayer, which is pretty unfortunate, but gonna just have to allow that. Do have a Duplicant, which would help in this situation. I'm gonna play the Echo on the Deranged Hermit. Tanglewire. Actually, Tanglewire is pretty good here. So let's play a land. Let's play a couple of elves. Let's play the Tanglewire. And we'll pass. So now we have Negate up. Opponent's got to tap down a lot of stuff. We can crack in pretty spicily if we need to. Opponent can't really swing too comfortably with Baneslayer. Tapping down the Baneslayer. That's pretty remarkable. So I'm hoping it's just a non-creature spell, because then my opponent's in rough shape. Because that seems like that's a pretty bold move there. I don't quite understand the tapping down the Baneslayer, especially leaving the mana open. That's just weird. Alright, so we want to fade first. So we tap down less dudes. Yeah, we'll tap down 3 forests, because they don't matter. There's our Duplicant. That's actually a really nice draw too. Alright, so we're going to get in with everything, because I'm pretty sure it's lethal. 1, 2, 3, 7, 9, 11, 13, 15. It's actually one short of lethal. That's just weird. That's just weird. Pretty much just want a Duplicant now, I guess, but guess I'll do it. Take out the Baneslayer. Pass. Opponent's got a grip full of cards, so I'm very curious what's going on here. Alright. So opponent just, I guess, didn't have anything to do. Where is Emrakul and... Geez, they were really far down there. But managed to get there. Rampaging Baloth has been performing well for us, so that's good news. At least performed well this match, since this is, I believe, a new addition to the cube. And Stroke of Genius was everything I wanted it to be. It was great. Natural Order actually played pretty well. Mystic Snake didn't quite do his job, but he wanted to. He wanted to help out. And Duplicant did exactly what I wanted it to, which is deal with incredible threats like Baneslayer in a green-blue deck, which is just really nice. So all in all, deck performed reasonably well, although our opponent was kind of weird. Opponent's deck was, I guess it was like a recurring nightmare build. Must have been just a grip full of black spells. That would really explain the lack of black mana that whole time and not playing anything. Okay, we'll see you in round 2.